Sooners will put total leather and will get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Auburn's offense will go on the attack first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw on first down. Coming out aggressively. Got his man. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get...
Breaks into the open. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. The Tigers want to crank the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage. Going tempo.
Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
How about the job of recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Tiger. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Sooners offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance. He can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited.
Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. To the ground with the back. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today. But it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
And it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
He'll throw on third down. Grab near the sticks. It's Lopez. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, the running back has it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sooners line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd.
Oh man, c'est pas vrai ça.
He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Un message à ce message-là, mais celui-là que j'ai envoyé avant, il n'a pas été vu.
Peut-être qu'elle a activé la fonction puis elle l'a désactivée.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Hauls it in, the 1st down.
Tu peux décider genre si les gens sont capables de savoir quand tu choses un message.
Wow, and that was just a bang bang play.
T'as toujours pu faire ça.
The coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it and he shows you the
Ça a toujours été comme ça.
Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. And the Sooners look to do some damage in the red zone.
Ouais.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, hits Lopez. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Off play action on 1st down.
Pourquoi tu t'es arrêté? Continue.
Completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Lost it.
Avec les légumes.
Grab behind the line. It's Reinbold. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. From the gun, wants to pass. And
Il y en a si jamais tu veux. Non, ça c'est décollé.
Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Je sais pas pourquoi c'est ça qui apparaît.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he got loose.
Bon, là, comme par hasard, les gars, ils ont toutes les autres zones.
And the Tigers will hustle to the line.
Refais le même jeu, s'il vous plaît. Refais le même jeu.
Opening drive throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Snagged in the middle. It's Davidson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible.
Turning it on. It's complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield. It's Collier. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Pushes for the goal line. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt. Now up by 7 points here in the second. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Might be changing the route. He'll start this drive firing. Right down the middle. Working on the right. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A-pluses here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do so many times in the past.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Hauled down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
They just keep firing. Starting to feel a little pressure. This time on target. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get the...
Touchdown, Sooner! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Extra point here would tie the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball fast. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down.
Évidemment.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Collier.
Évidemment. C'est un dieu de la pochette. C'est un Brady. C'est un Brady.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires toward the end zone.
Interception! Comment?
They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run it. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. The Sooners racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They go to the ground. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. The give.
Block play!
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch him get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Close to the marker. It's Lopez. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Got his man in the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And he won't be able to push his way in. He's stopped at the 1. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Fired in from the red zone.
Fuck you think this is, man?
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Second down, they'll go to the air.
Tabarnak.
Incomplete pass and a lot of juice on it.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Lopez. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched.
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the marker. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Reinbold. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that.
Mais Samuel Téchien pouvait pas être mauvais éternellement, là.
Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Trying to pull his way in. Touchdown, Sooner! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. He has been surgical.
Parce que les gars ont un paquet d'énergie.
Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than
Et en plus, ils ont du cob.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
On the run from inside his own 5.
Fuck you think this is, man? Bon, ça commence. Glitch. Glitch alert. Moi.
The little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap. It's called.
Bon, ben oui. Ben oui.
They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Chambers. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The give to the back.
Okay.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man,
One
this
stop,
is
guys. One stop.
You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Évidemment. 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 Tout de suite. Tout de suite. Aucun problème.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Got stuffed on first
Les
down.
gars sont éloignés comme ça, je sais pas, man.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Chambers. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Auburn to the line in a hurry. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He makes the grab. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Chambers. They stop him just a link or two